Hey, welcome to Mindset Explosion episode 61. I'm with the lovely Sal Green, and we'll just let this kick in. All right, so Sally, I do like to invite people in.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got shaky hands there. So how's your morning been?
Good, thank you. I've just been over to the Ruby Key to see them.
Yes.
And I had Matt Jolly, the designer, come this morning to help me with some labels.
Yes.
Ordering some exciting labels for something we're bringing out. So.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
And you said you got a new website coming.
I've got a new website built by Rogue Design called Sally Green Lifestyle and Business.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave it about there. Okay. We got Donna watching, I think. Excellent. All right, so
I can't actually see because I haven't got my glasses.
Oh, don't worry. So we're just going to crack on. So we'll just let people come in as and when.
Okay.
So look, thanks for coming in. It's a pleasure to get you in, to be honest, because you've always been a big supporter. And I know your son was training with me a little bit.
Yeah.
And
well, you've been amazing with him.
Oh, thank you.
I've always loved watching your business, and it's more than a business. So
yeah, it does go beyond, as we just kind of talked, really. And even the first day you came in and you did that article, and I just want to say thank you, first of all. So, and we talked about the lights on events and the things you've included. So, and I see you doing so much for small business and everyone around here. And even if they're not one of your clients, as we just talked, you'll just put them out. So, tell us a bit more about what you do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, when you say that, the ones that aren't clients, I have a notice board called Cheltenham Notice Board.
Yes.
And that's where people who aren't clients can use that for free advertising. So because I didn't want to just limit it to people who are on my network. So that's why we've got Cheltenham Notice Board.
So the Cheltenham Notice Board, that's a Facebook group.
Yeah.
And basically, so you can just put whatever in there. Is it for businesses?
We do keep advertising threads because we've got over 6,000 people. So if they were just posting on the wall, saying, "Come and buy my, bottles of orange squash or something," then it would be chaos. So we do ask them to remain into the advertising threads. But we do let people post to the wall if they've lost their cat or they've found a dog or they've there's a hole in the road that's upsetting them or something like that, because it's a discussion board. But sometimes we sometimes have to take posts down and things like that because people on internet get quite heated. So we want to keep it all friendly and kind.
Yeah, I think you've done a good job of that. Have you got a few admins in there?
There's about 3 or 4 of us.
Brilliant. So, brilliant. That's a good one. And so beyond there, then, so the other. So you do a lot with well-being and mindfulness. You're very much into that, from what I gather, right?
Yeah. So we've got groups for everything.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
good.
Because I think Facebook groups are a good way of people just supporting each other and things, really. What I do kind of more officially is that I've got a couple of online directories.
Yeah.
One is sort of a bit more of a budget one, and it's got trades and everything, and just recommendations of trusted businesses that perhaps I use myself or I've got to know and friends have recommended them.
I've seen a few. I got the Sally Green recommendation. You're happy, and it's like, I think because I think you're quite well known around Cheltenham and respected in that sense of. Sorry, I don't want to embarrass you, but I feel that people do look up to you. Like we just talking about, we've got that responsibility. And
well, we look at testimonials. Before, that's my glasses falling on the floor. We look at testimonials before. So they have to do a little application form just so that we know that they're going to do a good job for people, because we don't want to recommend people not to do that. Absolutely. And then I've had a new website more recently which is a bit more lifestyle-y, so things like holidays, weddings and all that sort of thing on there. Yeah.
All right. And I think you pretty much put everything into your clients and your business. Would you say, is it your life or?
Yes, I am completely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I just, my boyfriend tells me to turn off just leave the phone at a certain point. He's like, "Why are you answering inquiries at 10 o'clock at night?" And I'm like, because that person's asked for something on Cheltenham Notice Board, and if I don't put my client's name in there, then they won't see that it's been on there and stuff, and they might miss the chance to.
Okay. And just prior to us going on live, you talked about that, that must-have experience. So what is it you want for your client's journey, what's the biggest thing that you...
Well, I want them to trust me and commit to me.
Yeah.
Because then once they join, I kind of take them under my wing, and so does the rest of the people who've already joined. They kind of embrace them and support them as well. Yeah. So we've got sort of experts in various things that they might need business-wise, but we can also recommend, you know, if they want a spray tan, I've had one, and or their nails done, or that sort of thing. So we've got trusted people for everything, and luckily my mum and her friends use the directory and use the people we recommend as well. So I try to keep a little bit of magic. I know people want to know what they're going to get for their money, because you're used to looking on the internet and saying, well, that's the price and that's what it includes. So we do sort of outline what it includes. But what we like to do is give them a lovely surprise by, once they join, they feel, oh, I didn't know I was going to get that much. So maybe a bit of that.
And I know that it's been so easy to build up this business.
Well, one of my favourite quotes for business is, it takes 20 years to build an overnight success. So people think, oh, I'm going to be an overnight success, it's easy, you know, look at what Superdry did and stuff. Well, Julian and Ian used to have a market stall. And they used to be standing there day in, day out, selling they were gothic clothes at the time, because that was back in the...
Was it cult clothing?
Yeah, it was cult clothing, but it was up in the arcade where TK Maxx is now. There was all sorts of little stalls up there, ear piercing stall and a record stall. I think Badlands started up there as well. And so we used to go around after school and go and visit them and see them and stuff, and wanted to save up for the pointy shoes. So, you know, he didn't just launch Superdry and it was a success. He worked and got to know his market, and he was a market trader, and he was a retailer, and so, you know, that's how it's got. People just might see all this wonderfuln's that happens, and they've got, you know, restaurants and things, but it was a long...
People don't see behind the scenes. We kind of talk to, you know, in this... I'll openly say I've been through anxiety, depression whilst this was going on, prior to me taking on the business, and people don't see that. And it's not that I don't want to... wasn't afraid to hide it, but at the same time, I'm okay to talk about it, but I didn't want that to be seen, because I didn't want it to repel people at the same time. So it's difficult.
It's important for it to not have a stigma, so that people can talk about it, because they can relate to it then, can't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And then it might help people. So if we go on living this sort of like Instagram-looking life where everything's perfect, and then it puts a pressure on people, because, you know, that's not how it is. Maybe it is for some people on Instagram who only show these perfect pictures, but I'm thinking that whatever it looks like, there's always going to be struggles behind the scenes. And so if we all admit to that and share it, then perhaps it will help people.
And we call, as I keep saying, it's a saying, the rising tide raises all ships. So, and it's handy when, you know, so you help kind of business startups as well, is that right? Or
I mean, it's good for startups, because they might need, you know, whether they haven't got a logo yet, and we can help them find there's an app where you can make your own and things like that. And so and then when things start to build up a bit, then they can get a professional logo.
I love that, Sal. So basically, you know, you're not taking the money just for the sake of taking the money. It's like, you know what, I think you need to do it this way first, and then because they're going to come back at some point. So,
that's why I'll give out free business advice,
definitely.
But you know, we brought back the £10 a month package, so that they can be part of the group and they can be on the directory and just be sort of have me on call if necessary. They don't need to spend loads of money. We do have higher packages, but I just thought, just make it available for everyone.
Yeah, and it's good. They can go up for the tiers then, I think.
Yeah, it tends to be the startups or small businesses and independent businesses and artisans and stuff that hear about me and come to me. So that's...
And it's hard. It is hard starting out, so it's good because you've got the support network of the other guys that are in there.
And then if they start to see clients coming through it, then they often say, you know, can I upgrade or something now that I'm ready to. So.
Definitely. Cool. Brilliant. All right, that's pretty much it. So any tips for someone that is maybe wanting to start up? See, I come across a lot of people that are just feeling stuck. I think I'm the unstuck yourself guy. So they're feeling a bit stuck. They know they got something, but they don't know what it is. And generally, if I have a chat, I'll be able to pull them out of it. But any what advice would you give to? Because like, how did you get? Like, what got you into doing this initially?
It just happened by accident. I was good at connecting people.
That was your superpower.
I happened to sort of sell my friend's house for her in London. I always think of that as the one where I thought, and also I fixed some people up who ended up getting married, and I thought, oh, and then I used to go to church, and someone said, you know, you got the gift of connection.
Yeah.
So and then I just started a website where I was going to be the person, I work for you, and it's going to be £10 an hour, and I would go and sit in their reception if the receptionist was off sick, or I would design them a poster, just do anything, or waitressing, or whatever it was, and then have another few people that might do that as well. So like a sort of temping agency. But then, as I was quite good with social media, not loads good, people started saying, and I built the website just to put on what we would offer, like we would do catering. And then someone said, well, can I have an ad on there?
Yeah.
And so because they had an ad on there, I started mentioning them on Twitter and saying and that then it was £10 a year.
Yeah.
But then I did meet a business coach, and he said to me, you need to get subscriptions in.
Who's a business coach?
Robin Waite.
Robin Waite, yeah. Got to mention these people.
Yeah. So I do mention him quite a lot.
No, that's good.
So it kind of just turned into what it just went where it went to go.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to sort of maybe direct it a bit, but it's kind of, it's grown.
It's evolved. I'm so glad I asked that now, because so many people are a bit stuck. So, do you know what? Just start something. And it's just going to evolve, and it'll change. And because you kind of, maybe you didn't know it was going to get to this, but I think part of you knew it was going to be bigger than what.
I don't know.
You're not sure?
Sometimes people say things, and I think that I couldn't see that picture at all. And from the outside, maybe it does look successful because it's got lovely logos and things, but that's because I have
you worked hard.
I have a logo designer who I work with, and I promote them as well.
Yeah.
That's Jolly Good Design. So I've already mentioned
them in, good.
So, you know, that makes it look, sometimes a small business can look really smart and successful without even having, I mean, I know people that have only started a few months ago, and they already look like, you know, they could be in a proper magazine and things like that, because they've gone and got their brand. That's the thing with the internet. You can now go and get all these different aspects of your business and look really. Yeah,
you can pretty much hit it right in.
So can we, before we finish the live, can we turn it around on you and?
Yeah, you go ahead. We're getting into you now.
Yeah. So tell me about this is your passion, this stuff around here. What is it?
The Martial Arts Academy.
Yeah.
So the Martial Arts Academy, Cheltenham Martial Arts. So, you know, I love martial arts, and I love teaching it. Well, I found my gift was teaching.
How long have you been doing
So I've been teaching since 2000 in Cheltenham 2007. So I was in Gloucester as more of an assistant at first, and helped build up.
So when you were at the HMV one, and I brought my son along, how long had you been doing that?
When did you come? That was 2000.
I remember how.
See, I got the number, but I would put it down as 2011, possibly 2012. So 2005 I came to. Sorry, 2007 I came to Cheltenham.
Right.
These are actually numbers. We said earlier, like,
don't do
I can remember dates. Remember the day of the thing.
But you've always been, because I remember even in that one that you had, you had, what do you call them? When you.
The motivational
affirmations.
quotes. Yes,
You had these on the wall in massive letters, and that was making these kids that were coming through your doors, and some obviously from broken homes and things like that. They were being inspired by just what they were seeing on the wall. They were feeding positive thoughts into these kids.
So I got to say straight away, that's down to my instructor and my former boss, Stephen Thompson.
Right.
So I owe so much to him. So I did buy the business away from him. Still keep those connections, obviously, with Stephen, but he was my instructor, and he's the one that pushed me into things like Tony Robbins, and the niche market of, you know, and Stephen was a very competitive, and, you know, he's like 9 times world champion, but he just wanted to, he has evolved into, you know, the unique selling point, if you want to call it that, was personal development and bringing people out, and that's what I loved about it, because it grew my confidence.
I mean, people use the word holistic a lot, and they wouldn't probably always use it to include martial arts, but it is.
No, it definitely is.
What you've done with yours is, I did find, I've probably written you.
You did an article,
an article, but because it was just, it was about the kids' confidence, and they probably feel that they probably wouldn't get bullied as well, because you've made them feel, you know, that they're going to be strong. And
yeah, I've got great. I did a book last year, so there's some all different stories in there, and we just took on Jordan.
Where is your book?
It's on Kindle at the moment, so it's.
I
know that's my next bit. Got to get the covers done. It's Confident Kid Parrot. But so yeah, Jordan was a member, so he's just come on as an employee, and his was a situation of bullying. He was overweight, and you know he had family stuff. So his turnaround. In fact, one of the sisters we were just talking about, their son was training. He was getting bullied. And they were a bit worried. I couldn't believe it was happening sometimes. I got the names of the bullies in about 10 minutes. I sat down talking.
Really?
Like, well, this is who it is. Now so you need to go and talk at school. I was like, oh, okay. So,
yeah, you've been like a father figure in some ways to a lot of kids.
Yeah, a lot of kids, a lot of sometimes adults. And yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Yeah. I remember at one point asking you to have a word with my son about something.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and you did.
You did. Did it work?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well done, Joseph.
Because, you know, at the time it was him and I living, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the role that any kind of coach should have is, look, I probably said no different to what you were saying and what, you know, Peter, his dad, was saying. It just, but, you know, I know, you know, my mum's a big supporter, but I listen to parents, but children, it's different. We have a different relationship with our children or our parents. So it's just having that other person to say this, and the teacher at school that they spend most of their time with is like, oh, okay, so mum's saying it, dad's saying it, the teacher's saying it, that must be true. This other person saying it, and I feel it's important. It doesn't have to be martial arts. It could be a football coach, a rugby coach, but finding a good extra mentor for our children, especially as how it changes and evolves so fast and stuff like that. And for me, it was I love seeing that potential in someone.
Yeah, and you probably don't even realise how much of an effect it has on other people, but you know.
I've learnt, and I'm very much, okay. I kind of like, I go a bit weird when people start thanking me.
Well, compliments are
hard. They're hard,
take,
and it's like, that's not why, because it's not why I'm doing it.
It's one of the things that they say in self-development books, isn't it? That just take compliments and give compliments, because they're very positive things.
They are a big part of it. And so, and now, obviously, I have people teaching for me. You know, this is all stuff that, you know, even with what I've done here, I took a loan, I sold the house, and that went into it. So when I bought the business, I had, you know, people that kind of helped, and that overwhelmed. So everything just comes back to here because of the experience, and because, you know, I want people to get the best.
And it's about intentions as well.
Yeah,
You've got
definitely.
good intentions.
Yeah.
And therefore it's going to.
And I'm always seeing ahead, and now you know, it's this kind of thing I love doing, and finding out about others, and it's one of them things I know I should have started sooner. I should have been doing this a lot sooner, and if I, you know, I love if it's a small business, and if I can help guide in some way, because
it wouldn't have been the same if you'd have done it sooner, and you might have made.
No, I had to go through all the mistakes and all the hard times for that, and you know, pick myself back up and grow from there. And
what were they saying? Like the man from KFC didn't.
Oh, he was like he did that when he retired, the colonel.
And you get actors that weren't actors until they were old. All sorts of people.
You know. Those. How obviously I was the head instructor and the manager there, and Stephen, you know, my name was on the list, but that's pretty much it. And Stephen, like, you have to go out and grow up. So you just have to go out and talk to people on the street and get looked at weirdly, and that's how we did it. Whereas now I don't need to do that. No. So thank God. That was a surprise interview.
Well, I thought of that when I was upstairs. I thought, hold on, you know, Matt's always giving other people like a platform to say their thing. So I'm gonna see if I can turn it around on you.
But that's how I love to work anyway. It's you know, give with a given hand, and like the hairdressers that we were just talking about. I want to go and, if they're watching, and come in to do an interview with you guys. So
I'm sure they will.
But I love it because you meet so many different interesting people, and even just in those first 10 minutes, we talked about some different ideas and how how can we help each other help more people. And
because we've been like connected all these years, but probably haven't really had a chat.
Not like this, no.
So, yeah,
not like this. And I think it's one of them things. Again, it was just right. It's finding that right time. Even when you invited me to the Turn Lights On event, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, I've got to be doing more of this.
Yeah.
And
that's
I wish I was ready.
From Turn Lights On.
Yes, yeah. Because they do like a podcast.
Yeah,
show,
they do a Monday like a Friday party, don't they, and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, and those things, yeah, it does bring people together, and we all help each other.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I don't want to say it in a way. I don't feel like I'm in competition. I don't mean I'm the best. It's just I haven't got time for that. It's just you love what I got, or you love what that one person's got, and that's great. As long as you're moving forward, feeling better about yourself, and get focused, and get it's all good. Yeah. All right, I think that's it, Sal.
Thank you.
So thank you for watching. My next interview is going to be on Monday. It's with Robert Leon's photographer. So I'm looking forward to that one. And hope you have a great weekend. Please share. Don't forget to hashtag Mindset Explosion. And please, Sally, will you put in a link to some of your stuff below?
Sure.
So if you want to connect up with Sally, highly recommended. We'll definitely help you get you guys sold out. Peace.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.